I have an important message for you right now, and I'm sharing it without delay because deep down, you're already open to it. The Lord is happy with you. I will repeat it to you. God is proud of you, dear chosen one. Not for doing everything just right. Not for staying quiet when you felt like shouting. Not even for holding on to your belief when life tried to crush it. The Lord is happy with you because you kept growing stronger. Even when the world around you said it would be simpler to give up. Maybe in your earlier days. No one told you this. Perhaps when you were a kid and you did what was good even though your hands were shaking. Or when you shared your last bit of energy and got nothing back. Nobody noticed. Or when you chose kindness in silence, while getting even would have grabbed everyone's attention, but the skies above saw it all. That's what you should think about today. God is proud of you. Before we start, take a moment to subscribe to this channel, because every message here is meant to remind you of who you are in God. And right now, if you truly believe that God is proud of you tonight, go ahead and write it in the comments. God is proud of me, and I receive it. Because sometimes, writing the truth is already a spiritual victory. It's your way of saying, I agree with what heaven says about me. As a chosen one, you've walked through things that others couldn't handle. You've faced betrayal from people you trusted with your soul. You gave them loyalty. They gave you lies, yet you didn't turn cold. You still love, even after being used. Some of you have been the strong one in your family. Everyone leaned on you, but no one checked if you were okay. You carried their pain, prayed for them in silence, and even when your own heart was empty, you kept giving. You've lost friends you would have died for. They left you when the light of your life started to shine. Jealous of what God placed in you, forgetting that you once prayed for their own success. Some of you faced deep loneliness. You walked through seasons where nobody understood you. You questioned your worth. You cried quietly at night. But even in your tears, you said, God, I still trust you. You've been mistreated at work. You showed up on time, gave your best, and they still overlooked you for someone less qualified. But you didn't let bitterness grow. You let excellence speak for you. You've helped people rise, and when they did, they forgot your name. Still, you never wished them harm. You smiled and said, God bless them. Heaven saw that. Some of you have been misunderstood in love. You poured out your heart to someone who only wanted your energy. They left you drained, but instead of chasing them, you went back to God and said, fill me again. You've battled storms that no one knows about. You fought mental battles, spiritual attacks, and smiled through pain that could have broken another soul. Yet here you are, still standing, still believing. Some of you broke generational patterns. You said, the cycle ends with me. You refused to pass down pain to your children, and that decision shook the kingdom of darkness. You've walked away from places that didn't honor your spirit. Even when you had nothing else lined up, you chose peace over approval. That's bravery. That's divine strength. Some of you were called crazy for dreaming big. They mocked your faith, but you kept speaking life over your vision because you knew heaven had the final word. You've forgiven people who tried to destroy you. You could have exposed them. You could have gotten revenge, but instead you said, God, handle it. That's why the favor of God keeps following you. You've stayed pure in a world that rewards compromise. You said no when temptation said yes. You lost opportunities, but kept your soul intact. You've carried a light in dark places. And even when you felt unseen, God was counting every act of faithfulness. So hear this clearly. You are not forgotten. You are celebrated in heaven. Every tear you cried watered the seeds of your next blessing. Every silent act of obedience built a testimony. Every heartbreak made room for a deeper anointing. If any of that sounds like you, heaven knows your story. And God is so proud of you. You didn't harden your heart. You didn't let bitterness take root. You didn't let the darkness change who you are. You could have turned cold, but you stayed kind. You could have quit, but you kept faith. You could have hidden, but you chose love. That's strength. That's holiness. That's what God calls beautiful. The world celebrates the loud, but God honors the faithful. You've been building quietly what can't be destroyed. Character, compassion, endurance, grace. So when you hear this, don't brush it off. Take a deep breath. Feel heaven smiling on you. Because even if nobody clapped for you, even if no one said thank you, God saw it all. Every tear, every effort, every silent victory, every kind act you did wasn't missed. You've been living with a quiet inner strength that doesn't ask for cheers. You've stopped bad habits from continuing, cleaned up family patterns, kept calm in spots where fighting was the usual way. You've chosen to fix things without knowing if you'd get anything good out of it. And each time, you created something that lasts forever. Think about this. The Lord doesn't care about how things look on the outside. You don't get special love from above by hiding your hurt in the right way. That's not how it works. That's not you. You're not getting praise for suffering without a sound. You're getting respect for standing up with truth, for staying real during tough times, for holding on to your inner glow instead of dimming it to fit in places that saw your gentle side as a flaw, for feeling all the pain and still coming back to kindness. Not just the feeling, but the real choice to be kind. Do you know how special that is? There's a holy kind of toughness in a person who goes through hard tests without turning into the thing that hurt them. Someone who spots meanness but decides not to spread it. That's a strength no talk or book can fully explain. And you, even if you don't see it yet, have that same toughness inside. You've shown the Lord more about trust than many ever do. Your trust didn't grow from easy days. It was shaped in the messy spots, built in times when nothing added up. But you didn't quit on your path. That's why the good things heading your way feel new and fresh. It's not some random turn in life. It's the time when your real self starts to shine brighter than your struggles. You worked for this quietly, through nights alone that no one knew, through holding back that looked like losing to folks who didn't get your self-control, through choices that seemed odd at first, but matched your heart perfectly. Now, things are changing. The warmth you've grown in secret begins to spread around you. The calm you once had to battle for arrives more easily. People start sensing something special near you that they can't put into words. That's no accident. That's the result of a heart that kept going. And if you're still feeling doubtful, that's fine. Maybe you're adjusting to the thought that nice things can come without trouble attached. Perhaps happiness feels like something from long ago, a skill you lost after too many years just getting by. No worries, it's coming back. Not because you wished it just right or said the perfect words to the sky, but because even when you questioned yourself, the Lord never did. The divine plan knew what it was doing by giving you that spirit. Eyes that look beyond the surface, a heart that reaches far, a voice that means more than you think. You show what getting better looks like while moving forward. You show what being true means in a place that likes fake shows. You show what it is to live as someone who remembers where they come from, even if others forget. And yes, it hasn't been simple. The best changes often aren't. There were dark hours without rest, mornings you didn't want to face another day, times when you wanted to fight back hard, but you let go instead. That side of you, the silent fighter, is what the heavens cheer for most. Not the spotless you, not the shiny you, but the real you. The one who struggled, who stuck around, who gave in without stopping. You don't have to work for a spot in the good life anymore. You've made it with your steady heart, your care, your picks to keep moving when sitting still seemed smarter. Now that spot is ready, because the Lord who saw all your fights is handing you respect. It's not a gift out of pity, it's an answer to what you've done. So here you stand, at the start of a life that finally sees your worth. It might feel odd at first. You're not used to this smooth flow, to chances appearing without a push, to folks valuing you without you showing your hurts first. But hear this, it's your moment, not only for quiet times, but for real fun. Not just to make it through, but to grow bigger. There's a big gap between scraping by and getting true gifts. For so long, you knew how to hang on. Now you'll recall how to accept them. This change doesn't come from waiting around. It happens when your inner self lines up with who you are. When you stop hiding your strength to blend in. And don't doubt it, your being here is strong. You're not only a helper in tough spots, you're the example that a person can be gentle and tough at once. That you can lose a lot and still rebuild without anger. You have a kindness that makes others think about their own walls. A truth that speaks softly, but clear. Now, the world is replying, not in hints or quiet words, but in real changes you can touch. Chances that come to you easy. Connections that don't tire you out to feel noticed. Roads that were stuck, now opening up. Not because life got soft. You didn't jump over parts, you lived every step. Don't let anyone push you to tell your story. You don't need to list your pains for them to honor your power. You don't have to share your road to prove your spot. Let them guess. Let them ask how. The Lord saw everything. The Lord kept track when others couldn't. You were noticed in every quiet wish, every held back moment, every small choice not to fall back to old ways that took little when you were meant for plenty. You've changed in ways no app or picture can show. You've grown deep inside. From here on, things will seem new. Not because the outside shifted, but you did. Your good sense is better now. You skip what wears you down. You don't run after what mixes you up. You don't trade with bad vibes just because they look like good deals. You've felt what real calm is. That's why you say no to the mess that once seemed okay. You're not better than anyone. You just stopped making yourself small. That's what growing in spirit means. It's not a big show up. It's the everyday no to getting smaller. The little picks to stay real when giving in is easy. The deep feel that your worth stays the same, no matter who sees it. And now the good stuff isn't far off. It's with you, in how your body feels more at home, in how your mind feels steady, in how you don't need everyone to get you to feel complete. Because the best part isn't just what's coming, it's who you turned into while holding on. Take that in. This isn't a fresh page. It's a whole new story. The old ways don't apply. The you who wanted everyone's okay doesn't lead anymore. The you who mixed up sticking by others with hurting yourself doesn't write it. You do. And the hand guiding that was touched by the Lord before it knew its strength. So create with courage. Live real. Pick with trust. Not because you never slipped, but because each drop was practice for getting up. Every choice, every sad time, every alone spot, every fresh start, even with hurts from before, it all mattered. It was all kept safe. It was all special, because the Lord is happy with you for keeping on, for being there. Not for being without fear, but for stepping forward anyway. The divine sees you, and the skies are cheering already. You've done more than just make it. You've won respect, and it's yours now. Thanks a lot for joining me on this path. If this touched you, hit like on the video and pass it to friends who could use it. Remember to subscribe and keep going strong by picking a video on your screen that speaks to you. I'll see you soon.